Hi guys, welcome back.
Today we're going to be talking about ejaculation problems.
Oh, I knew it. I actually knew it.
Fair.
Are you ready? Oh,
Problems or solutions?
you guys will seem really good about that.
I mean, I was expecting.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be from left field.
Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the facts. I want to ask a question. So, what is the average length of sex?
2 minutes 35 seconds.
I know.
One Chris Brown song.
Oh, okay.
The average. UK
What's the
average.
Hold on.
Depends on
what I've been drinking. Wait. Depends on what I've been drinking.
When they're heading in the system.
So basically, let me tell you this. So they asked 500 couples around the world
Okay.
how long it took for them to have sex.
Which round?
Oh.
How long it took for the man to ejaculate, basically, when they have sex. What was the average time?
Did they go to Africa?
Yeah.
Also, why are you asking people?
You got time.
I know another point.
So
Is that the definition of having sex? That the man
So, what we're
ejaculates?
gonna
What
come
about if she?
we're gonna come on to that. I mean, I feel like that's real important, but you know.
This man in 2019.
Please continue.
So okay, so basically they asked 500
You know about
couples
my
around the
feelings.
world how long it took them to have sex where the man ejaculated.
What was the average?
Well, I want you to guys, I want you to
Calm,
things at me.
calm. Told you 2 minutes
7
3 minutes, 7 minutes. We're not judging you. Be free.
Selves. Oh.
This is ourselves on the average. What question are we asking here?
The question is what you think the average was.
Okay.
Oh, right.
7 minutes.
No, come on.
3 minutes.
240.
Probably less than that.
People had to say the answer themselves.
Yeah, I think the average is approximately.
But I know the answer, so don't.
Okay.
9 minutes. 4 minutes.
This is what the couple said.
Yeah.
It'll be skewed upwards then. So it'll be like 10 minutes.
Only double.
Okay, say that again so I just can tell you who the winner is.
Sorry, we'll remember. Tell us.
Mine was 3 minutes 42.
So that was 3 minutes.
I think it's
Same.
damning to me.
Oh.
5.5 minutes.
That's not that bad.
Okay.
They're lying.
Cool. No.
And that's
That's
with the skewing upwards.
That's
Yes.
And I think that the
I
whole
think they got
point
the
is
winner to report.
there isn't
No,
a time that's a suitable length of time.
No, there isn't.
It depends on your witch doctor.
But to get medication, technically,
Yeah.
premature ejaculation is less than 2 minutes.
We're gonna come
Technically.
on to that. Okay,
Talk.
so we're gonna come on to that. So
Yeah.
there are actually more types of ejaculation disorders, but premature ejaculation is the one that we talk about. So that's when you basically ejaculate too quick. So
Too
yeah.
quick for whom?
That's what I'm saying. What's too quick? No, you know what though? If you get biblical with it, hey, biblical.
Yeah, that's a bishop.
You get biblical with it.
I don't get biblical
Sex is enjoyable, but it's for the purpose of procreation.
Exactly.
You do not need to be, laying pipe for 65 minutes to impregnate.
Premature ejaculation. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Like, prematurely ejaculated.
So under 2 minutes.
Have I ejaculated before I wanted to ejaculate?
I've definitely done that. Have I ejaculated before?
And your definition is different. So
Because
His answer.
everybody's on record.
That's why I go premature ejaculation. Was I ready mentally? No. Apparently I wasn't driving the ship.
Yeah, I mean, simple.
Losing control.
Was I not able to control my own ejaculation? Did that come before I went to come? Has that ever happened to me?
Okay, guys.
when it inflicts pain.
Your age, it might be where
Blue balls,
they're
etc.
having sex for prolonged periods of time
What is
and
that?
nothing's happening.
What's that prolonged period of time?
No, curious.
Oh, that's the point. Okay, so there's no numbers.
There's no numbers, but
There's no numbers.
there's
But to
a
the
couple
point where
differences.
she's like, "What's going on?" That's when it's an issue.
Or
So,
if
when-
she's feeling pain.
pain,
soreness.
or he's feeling discomfort as well. So that's an issue. So, or to the point where it doesn't ever happen. So remember, it's not saying that you have a problem with maintaining erections. You are able to maintain erection, get an erection, but you just can't ejaculate.
He needs to change partner.
I actually think that's important.
And that's just it. So there's a lot of
Or
there are
there's
a lot
a
of factors.
medical
There's a
issue
medical
behind it.
problem. Sometimes
Or you just don't fancy her.
But genuine question.
What
What would be a description of the medical problem?
Yeah, what
is
is
it?
it?
Isn't it something more like?
psychosexual. So it's not really a
Okay, right.
psychosexual problem.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I hear this. So
yeah,
alright,
go for
Let
it.
me talk from experience.
Hey!
Yeah, real
Marathon
talk.
man.
This was what? Pre-university, early uni.
Stories.
Yeah. I had for the doctors here amongst us, phimosis. Yeah. So it's like tight foreskin, etc. Because I was not circumcised as a child.
Okay.
So I ended up getting circumcised as an adult whilst at university, etc. Yeah, painful.
That's a
Bro,
blow.
we need to leave.
And then clearly having that done as an adult, you're fully developed sexually. So now when it comes to doing a thing in the bedroom, etc., you're Mo Farah out here.
Yeah.
You're like, I can just keep
But
going.
doesn't it make
and
it
keep
more
going.
sensitive? I thought it would be more sensitive.
After the surgery,
Yeah.
it was pain. It was ample pleasure mixed with pain. Yeah, how can you just be there in your chinos just like too much sensation, right? But genuinely,
I love the fact that you feel safe enough to do
yeah.
Safe space.
But genuinely, I was prescribed because of that. I could not come. So did the whole circumcision, etc. Him being or some kind of drug that like raises your overall sensitivity. So like heart rate, skin sensitivity, you name it. I did. Look, bro. I went to University of London Hospital.
Yeah.
And yeah, they gave me this drug. And at the time, I was modelling, etc. And the consultant in the urology department there at UCLA, she was like, look, I want you to take this drug, and I want you to go out, have as much sex as possible. I want you to go out. I want you to beat your meat as much as possible.
So we really do advise that you should have. Please make sure you have protected sex.
Yeah, of course.
Okay?
My point is, there's an inverse to the whole premature thing as well. There's the opposite, which people also deal with. Unfortunately, like I came through it and I'm all good now. I literally came through it.
Was it the prescription that helped you get through it, or do you think you would have got through it slower without it?
Probably slower without it, because I think the whole point of the medicine was to try and fire up neuro pathways, etc., so that you can do whatever you need to do without the medicine or whatever. The way it works, you know what I mean? So yeah, there are people going through the inverse. And I think it's important that we talk about this.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm talking about this now is because there was a BBC article recently of a young British guy. He went to Canada and he had phimosis, he got circumcised out there, etc. And I think something went wrong with the circumcision. And something to do with his frenula. He had some sort of, I don't know, the surgery went wrong with that part of his body. And afterwards, he wrote in his diary that he felt like less of a man, he felt like he'd lost part of himself, etc., etc. The guy ended up killing himself.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big thing, you know, this whole sort of idea of being able to prove you're a man, etc. And I feel ejaculation and sex and the sort of wider male anatomy is all part of that. So, yeah.
But do you think you guys could have that conversation with your partners?
Well, what's up?
That if you have
So
like
you're unable to ejaculate?
either unable or you're like coming to it.
I feel like she's gonna know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking this like
It'll put pressure on the relationship.
yeah, but
regardless.
you have to have that conversation.
Yeah,
You don't have
yeah.
that conversation, and it's like either she's dissatisfied the whole time and you're frustrated because you keep on coming before you want to, or it becomes painful, boring. She starts to feel like you're actually not attracted to her.
Yeah, this
blah,
is it.
blah.
Women can
Like,
be,
yeah.
you know, you can start to feel like it's you,
got
it's me, what am I doing? You know, you start to think it's you.
Like, I've been in a situation where sex was dead, and you know, obviously when you're out there and you're single, you're having protected sex, blah blah. You have to pretend you bust, bro, and let's back it up. Like I actually faked an orgasm to get it over and done with because it was just like a dead and uneventful situation.
Only the Adonis.
And I'm not saying.
That's hold
on.
Will be faking orgasms.
It's not even like a thing where I'm like, sorry?
Do you have hair?
Yeah, nah. I had hair, bro. I was thinking about powers. You're married and you're doing that and you're having like really long sex, and someone's gonna feel unappreciated, like you just don't like them, whatever it is, and you have to have that conversation. None of these things will just go away by themselves.
Would you guys feel comfortable going to see your GP to discuss your problems?
100%.
Yeah, it's a big issue. So
When it comes to things like that,
Yeah.
I'm like Etienne, like I want solutions.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting somewhere worrying about whether I'm satisfying someone or if they feel attractive. There's a problem. Let me try and help to find a solution. If I can't find a solution, it's just gonna be for me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like my relationship, all that kind of stuff, gonna be affected because I've got too much pride to go and seek help. It's ridiculous.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
If someone comes to you with a problem like we've discussed,
Yeah.
and you know that this is most likely psychosexual,
Yeah.
what kind of support do you provide for them, and what kind of support does the NHS have for them?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I see it a lot. And I think sometimes men will tell you that they've had partners where they've had no problems, they've got a new partner, and you can easily tell from what they're telling you that it's psychosexual. There's too much pressure on them. So there are lots of different options. I think the first thing I sometimes say is, look, sometimes a little bit of Viagra will help gain confidence. Not because I think it's not working or nothing's wrong, but sometimes being able to perform gives you confidence. So sometimes I discuss that with them, provided that they're medically safe to have it. The other option is that if it's a more complex psychosexual issue, therapy.
I thought Viagra is only for erectile dysfunction.
You can get it over the counter now.
Yeah, but I thought that
The pharmacy the other day was right by the lollipop.
I trust you
But
to go
right by the lollipop.
Does it affect ejaculation?
Well, the
I
thing is
don't
that
know.
there are some people that have problems getting an erection, number one, maintaining an erection. So if you're not doing either of those two, you're not going to ejaculate.
Yeah, also, it is about maintaining an erection, but it also allows you to have multiple erections within short spaces of time.
Have any of you guys tried it?
So wait, so basically you bust and you can bounce back quickly.
On what?
Yeah, I'm Viagra.
Viagra's the thing.
I'll try it and I'll give you the breakdown.
Okay, give us the breakdown.
So
Okay,
this is when I was in the States.
Yeah.
So Viagra's a mainstay drug, right? So actually, reality, after you ejaculate, you may actually not lose that much of an erection. You may still be able to continue going or start again very quickly. That is should you want to have sex at that moment, you can, whether it be a short space of time after having just had it or a long space of time within like a 24-hour period. And so instead of, you're not walking around with a hard on while you're trying to go to work.
How is that determined?
That gets me.
How? So for example, you take a little bit of this, yeah?
Yeah.
And then, okay, the beat is no longer on. And you need you need to go to supermarket
That's
now.
Viagra. That's Viagra.
Are you
That's
just there?
Viagra. See how this is, it will go up and down. Viagra it's pretty much always going to be.
For how long?
Very similar to Viagra.
For how long?
Very similar.
That's how I found the symptoms.
Bro, just go get it, test it
No.
out, report back to the clinic diary.
I've
We can't get that in this
That's
country.
it. That's it.
Working
That's
example.
it. That's
I've
it.
got too much life to be living to be walking around London with a hard on. Just
Yeah, but I've heard horror stories how you have to go to A&E and get it drained and that.
The final type of ejaculation disorder.
Retrograde.
Oh my god, you're so smart.
Yeah, can't stop it to me. Now, what's that mean?
Timmy, tell us more about that.
I would, but I'd rather hand over to my professional friend Mike.
We've got Dr. Danso.
No, Mike, tell us. And I'll chip
Danso
in and
doctor.
Okay, so retrograde, as it suggests, is when you can ejaculate, but instead of things coming in the right direction, you go backwards.
Jesus, you go back.
You come in yourself.
Isn't that what you said?
You come out
You
your
come out,
backside.
that's what he said. That's what he said.
Is this when you like do instead?
No. So retrograde is literally
That's what I
you with retrograde ejaculation, you have the sensation of orgasm, you have a sensation that you're ejaculating, but nothing comes out, and that's because it's going backwards.
What, like into your mouth? I just saw your hand.
Timmy's
Wow,
trouble.
this is
Wait, okay. So
It's going back up.
It goes back that way.
It goes back up. So symptoms of that might be, the most common is probably cloudy urine. So your pee is cloudy because your semen
Yeah.
Still in the system.
They're still in your system, so it comes out clean.
When this happens, do people have no ejaculate or does have much less?
No, I think
So
it's
wouldn't that be the
probably-
first symptom? Noticing that like nothing came out.
Yeah, nothing comes
So
out.
it's like the pipes.
You could also have a bit of
But you feel like you had an orgasm.
It's very anti-magic.
Intriguing.
So is that because the pipes are literally blocked?
There's so many reasons. There's so many reasons. It's not blocked, but I think
So you can pee,
there's
but not blocked.
there's lots of reasons that cause it. But again, I would definitely go and see your GP.
Yeah, I'm okay on that one.
If you feel that you're having those symptoms. But this is great because I mean, how many people knew that?
I've never heard of this witchcraft, this abomination. Nah. Honestly, if you're out there,
It's
listening
like-
to you, seek help. Look at the clinic diaries for any further information. Dr. Danso will help you out. But what is that?
That's man.
That's
like
like
medical
bro,
contraception.
imagine busting in and like nothing happening. Nothing
The thing
happening.
is that Quad,
No, but
you feel like I don't know. You can know.
Who's that
D-double.
I'm actually dying.
Okay.
But yeah, so you have the sensation that you have orgasm, and you actually have, but it's just not coming out. I think that's just it because, as I said before, there's a lot of young, impressionable men that are gonna look up to you guys and gonna really hold on to some of the things that you're saying. So I think the first thing is, I'm kind of digressing, but safe sex is so important because I think there's this kind of like feeling that you're not going to catch something. First of all, you will, because I see people every day that with HIV and they look like me, they look like you, they look like what you know, this, sorry. But like, you know, there's no look to any of these things and it's real. So the onus is on yourself to protect yourself. So I don't care how long you've been in a relationship. I don't want to, as I said, I don't want to hear stories. Just protect, like it's your responsibility and it happens. So look after yourself, have safe sex, and it is your responsibility. And if you're worried or you're questioning, put a condom on. Simple.
Your own condom though, that you purchased yourself. Like nah, it's true. I see that.
From the store.
Bruv, I've seen on these tenders. I've seen it. Like,
It's called chain of custody.
She's
don't know where
it's just jamming with the flipping like earrings, just popping that thing out of it. I don't use the Durex.
Invisible.
So thank you guys, man.
Thanks for having us. Gang.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. For more information, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at The Clinic Diaries.